The pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You're looking for it. Good evening. Today is February 17th, 2022. This is the Environmental Board. We have an agenda that we're going to follow. And the first item is Jeffrey Freda, 420 North Lake Boulevard, to construct the dock.
Good evening, everybody.
How you doing? Can you please state your name and who you're here to?
My name is Jeffrey Freda. I do live at 420 North Lake Boulevard here in Mahopac. I received a permit in September 2019 to build a dock. It expired. I couldn't get the work done in time. COVID came and things got disrupted. I'd still like to move forward with the work, and I'm applying for a reissue or renewal of the permit.
Okay. Has any of the work started?
None.
Has any of the work, any of the plans changed on your drawing here?
No.
Okay. The problem I have is I'm extending it from September of 2020 through 2021, and then 2021 through when? So when do you want to have it?
I'd like to get started this spring if I can. So does the permit expire? I'm sorry, do I have to have the work completed before the permit expires, or do I have to
Typically, yeah.
Okay.
Always.
Well, my difficulty before was trying to find somebody to lay the foundation with the helical piles that are specified in the doc there, and I'm sorry, in the document. So, you know, I have to restart that process. But as soon as I can get it going, would like to do it.
Okay, so how much of it, so you're looking for a permit extension from September 20th, September 5th, 2020 to when?
Meaning how long do I think it'll take to complete the work?
Right.
Another year.
So from a year from today, so you want
Yeah.
February 2023?
Well, I'd take 3 years if you give it to me, because I don't know how long. I
Because the
understand.
next time you come in here, because we've already lost, you know, we may make you refile, right?
Understood. But some of it is really dependent upon, you know, getting contractors to be able to do the work, and that's obviously been difficult, you know, the last couple of years, especially for a project like this, which is not everyday type stuff.
Right. So it's 9/5/21, that's 12. 9/5/21 to 9/5/22, and that's another 12. October, November, December, January, February, plus 5. So you're looking for a 29-month extension. A 12-month retro, 15-month retro, and then a 14-month extension.
Yeah, I guess that's what it comes to, yes.
So you're okay with February 17th, 2023?
I guess I'm going to have to make it work. I mean, that's what you're willing to give me, right?
Well, I'm asking, you're here now, I mean, tell me.
Well, ideally, I'd like 2 years, just because again, the problem with getting a contractor to start the foundation work, I don't know how long that's going to take. So if I had the opportunity to have more of a cushion, I would appreciate it. But I don't know how these things work.
It's over here in this area.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know what to do here.
I didn't even have any notes on this.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is this your,
Go 33 months,
is that your-
Fine.
23.
That looks like it.
yeah, and where's
see
that
here.
dock going?
Mr.
This is the
Carmel
boathouse here.
brought it before
That's the
us.
boathouse,
Yeah,
so you
check.
can
June
It's gonna go
27th.
off from the edge?
It's gonna go
2019.
from where I'm putting it.
Number 4, all he had on here was OGS had a problem
So it
with the
goes
deck.
to the,
Is it on a
They changed to
diagonal?
a
yeah,
dock.
on the diagonal from this concrete here over to the stone
And that
wall.
was
So I
the
gotta
only
swing
note I
it.
had, so I assumed that this was a
Now
simple.
we're gonna cover up
That's
that.
it.
Okay, you're also,
Oh.
here's the other
It's a
thing.
deck too.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, Mr. Frida.
Yes.
You have a permit here from the Army Corps of Engineers, the Department of Army. And that was issued in May of 2019. When does that expire? So what I'd like you to do is, I need you to find out if this Army Corps of Engineer permit is still active, because I'm not gonna issue a permit until I know these are active, right?
Seems reasonable, sure.
And then you also have a DEC permit that was issued to you April of 2019. And then this one, doesn't say if it, oh, let's see. This one remains ineffective for a maximum of 1 year unless you are otherwise notified. So the DEC permit's expired. And the Army Corps, no permit, the NPR by the Corps, but you just have to make sure that they're still good with the Corps. So before I grant any permits, Mr. Freda, you're gonna have to check with the Army Corps of Engineers,
Okay,
and you're gonna have to, the DEC permit's expired.
okay.
So if they're, that would be required to complete the file.
So I gotta get the DEC permit renewed
You have to get the DEC renewed, and you have to check with the Army
Army
Corps
Corps of Engineers.
to see if they're still okay with it. I'm
All
sure
right.
you have copies of those?
I'm sorry?
You have copies of those, right? I'm sure you have them at home.
I have it at home, didn't bring it with me.
Yeah.
If you need copies, you can stop by the buildings department, they'll give you.
All right, so for now, we're just gonna put you on hold
Okay.
until you get those permits, because the one's expired, so, mine would be contingent on theirs, right?
Okay, but if I can get those renewed, you think we're good, or?
Yeah, I don't see why not. You just have to come back with a realistic schedule,
Okay,
right?
so the realistic schedule,
Meaning, I need the permit give me an end date.
okay, but at this point, I'm kind of guessing on an end date. Would something else help to solidify an end date?
No, just come in and say, I need till
Okay.
June of 2023, and then we'll
Okay.
make it happen, all right?
All right, I got my homework. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Appreciate it.
You got it. Yeah, I'm gonna wait
Fine.
just for the record, I'm gonna hold that off just because. Okay. Next one is Hugh Schoenbeck, 252 Westlake Boulevard. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. You're looking for a renewal. So you're in advance of the permit expiration, which is a good thing.
When did this one come before?
This was March of 2021.
Right. Good evening. I'm Martin Stacegow, the architect. And we're looking to renew the permit that is due to expire next month. We did have one change here. The pool deck had a walkway added around the outside, and the front entry got a little bit bigger, so what we did was we separated the one rain garden into two. Because the other thing was that the client wanted a walkway to go down towards the boathouse. So we have the calculations. The rain garden is the same size overall as it was before. It still works, it's just separated into two portions. And the second rain garden stayed the same for the other portion of the house.
All right, because we based the permit based on the original plans and
Correct.
documents.
Yes.
Right, now that you've changed it, that's a problem.
So can you, the material changes here, the size of the amount of impervious surface, does that
The amount
change?
of impervious surface because of the walkway around the pool here went up by 417 square feet. So, but the calculations show that the rain garden still is sufficient for that amount of space.
We're gonna need to, Rich has to approve the
rain garden calcs.
They're on the drawings as they were the first time.
Okay, but he has to, because you've changed the drawings that we previously approved.
Sure.
You're gonna have to resubmit the rain garden calculations to the town engineer for approval.
Do you do that separately, or do you guys pass this along?
No, you do that separately. And what I'd like you to do is submit a narrative on what you changed on the drawings.
Sure.
And this way we can, because you're asking for a renewal, so if I can just take, if you can just give us a narrative of what you did, the changes to this.
Right.
And did you bubble them, the changes, or you're just gonna, are you gonna?
The calculations, the calculation page is bubbled, but not the drawing.
Right. All right, so you're gonna have to submit these to the town engineer. You have a little time on this,
Right.
so let the town engineer check your calcs,
Sure, we
approve
just
your
want to get
calcs.
ahead of the game before it gets
Yeah,
started.
and then just have, submit a narrative of what you've done here to change the drawings. I mean, because, you know, a field change is one thing when you're working, to change it after it's been approved is a, you know, another game.
Sure. Well, that's why we wanted to come back to you.
So
Okay.
just to make sure I understand, so this way, next time you come, we're not sending you back away again. The changes, the only changes that were made were the new walkway was put in, is that right?
Right, there's a new walkway down here, the retaining wall around the pool got a little bit bigger, and a little bit of an extension to the entry. So it's a total of 417 square feet.
Changes to the entry, can you explain that? Like, what's the difference?
It just got a little, the roof area got a little bit larger there, so it's a little bit more impervious surface.
Any new material that you're using that you weren't using previously? Meaning, did you change the material of the retaining wall? Did you
No,
change?
it's still stone around the pool, wood decks, and the house.
And the,
Configuration changed slightly.
got it. And the walkway that you're adding, is it an extension of a current walkway that's there, or is that brand new
No, it's just gonna
added?
be a stone walkway around the pool.
Is that is totally new? There was no walkway previously, now there is.
No.
Can you explain the construction of that? Is it just crushed stone? Are you putting flagstones? Is there anything like
I think flagstone, right? Flagstone looks like it. Flagstone at grade.
on top of like pea gravel or?
Well, it'll be a
Or is it-
crushed stone so that
Okay.
it, it gives it a nice 30 days.
Got it. Okay. Did you include that, you didn't include, did you include it or not include it as part of the impervious?
I included it as part of the impervious.
Got it, okay,
That's why I thought we would tell you that just in case it,
appreciate it, yeah,
in case you would count that we did include it.
okay.
Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna put this on the shelf. You're gonna submit the calcs to the town engineer for approval. Once I get them, and I get a detailed explanation of the changes that you're making on these drawings, to amend the drawings, make sure the amended drawings are installed, or part of this document, which I think they are. I don't think there should be a problem.
Is there any difference to planting or vegetation going in, any
No,
shrubbery
the
or
planting's
anything?
exactly the same because the size of the rain gardens were exactly the same. So
Okay.
it's just this was one rain garden originally, it became 1A and 1B.
Okay.
It's just separated, so the total quantity of plants and the total square footage of the rain garden is the same.
Got it, and inlets to the both rain gardens, are they coming off of anything, or like,
There are pipes that come from the roof leaders to the rain garden and from the roof leaders to the rain garden.
I see,
Same as it was before, it's just, instead of
Yeah, yeah.
coming into one larger rain garden, in two locations, it's two separate.
When did we submit this the first time? 2008?
No, well, the original owner did, yeah, the original owner did in 2008, they bought it in 2020, end of 2020. Actually, beginning of 21, right? Yeah, beginning of
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah,
You're right in the height of the pandemic.
right.
Okay, so just send those two pieces of paper in and we should be all right.
Okay, great.
All right?
how long an extension are you looking to get for this?
Well, the permit was for a year, right, so we need another year, right, once you approve it, because we haven't been able to start any of the outside work yet.
Okay, thank you.
Thank Thank you. So you'll be looking, and in the letter, just put looking for a 1-year extension of permit. All right?
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Just from my understanding, are you supposed to come back?
You have to, he's gonna have to submit the documents to us, the rain garden calcs to the town engineer. Town engineer's gonna send me an email approving, disapproving them. If everything's good, you come back, we issue the extension.
Okay.
All right?
You don't have to refile anything if he's okay with the calculations, they're all on there.
Yeah, as long as your narrative matches what you told us
Just
tonight,
told us
then
right
we're
now.
fine.
Okay.
He's got a mind like a trap, this guy next to him.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Okay, next is Louis Pisato, 24 Wood Street, proposed addition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got a handy dandy deed in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna look. Sorry, Ed.
That's all right.
Yes. Could you please state your name, who you're here to represent?
Robert Roselli, I'm here representing the owner, Louis Pisato.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Well, we just want to do an addition to an existing house, and the entire house, just about the entire property is within a 100-foot buffer of the wetland.
Okay. And could you want to walk us through this, where the 100-foot buffer is? And you may want to take the mic.
Yeah, it comes off there.
Comes off.
The stream is down here on the eastern, along the eastern property line, a 100-foot buffer, runs almost out to Wood Street along the western property line. And the entire, so you can see the entire house and the detached garage is already within the 100-foot buffer. So he's just adding an addition to the existing house. That's obviously within the 100-foot buffer as well.
Okay, and what's the area of disturbance?
The addition's 830 square feet.
Okay, and what do you, all right, so, okay, so he's got a silt fence, erosion silt fence.
Where's the,
So I guess you're gonna dig the foundation with a backhoe, right?
Yeah, I would assume.
Okay, so I'm gonna need a spill prevention plan.
brick?
Spill prevention.
Yeah, because if you're gonna dig you're gonna have a backhoe or something digging the excavation, he's gonna stockpile the soil, right?
What's that?
And then he's going to,
Rain garden.
he's gonna dig it, and at night, he's gonna leave the machine there on site, correct?
Yeah, you had that comment the last meeting 2 weeks ago. I thought I addressed it. You want it parked on a 6 mil poly sheet.
That's right, you were here.
Yeah, emergency spill kit to be kept.
Number 2, 830 square foot, spill kit, fueling plan, area.
And did you give us the calculations for the rain garden?
Yeah, they were in the submission to the, they were included.
Well,
See equipment notes. Motorized equipment notes. Still picked up on site. Filling takes place on asphalt driveway. Vehicle leave traffic in driveway overnight. 60 poly underneath vehicle parking and
Right.
fueling. Beautiful.
but I don't see any rain garden calculations.
They were definitely included in the submission I made back to the town.
Stockpile detail. With hay bales and straw bales. Perfect.
Well, they're not, Mr. Roselli, they're not here.
All right, I mean, I can resubmit them, but
Check the
Yeah, you'll have to resubmit them. Check your,
emails. You looking from Rich or are you looking in the file?
file.
Let's see.
There are rain garden calculations.
What?
I think there are rain garden calculations.
Just looking at
I think there are.
you're looking at the backup?
Yeah.
Not in here, though.
Or in the back of that.
Deed.
Yeah, it's right here. It's,
Page number
16.
16.
Okay, so the rain garden calcs have to go to Rich.
So we'll just need him to approve them. I think
Yeah,
we
he
can-
just needs to approve them.
Okay.
Since he was submitted though, I think we can accept that as
Yeah.
complete because it's in.
Yeah,
I
we'll
see
just
him
have to tell Rose to put a copy in the file.
Mhm.
Okay, you got the silt fence in. You got, you have the notes on this one?
Yes. Notes are as follows. Spill kit, fueling area on plan, as well as the plan for fueling. Both of those are on there. Machines on 6 mil poly, saw the note for that. Mitigation / rain garden. We have a rain garden on the spot in the middle there I saw.
Right.
Plus the caps were submitted. Wetland inspector, before and after. I didn't check that.
Yeah, I saw a note.
You saw a note about that? Great. And then the last one was stockpile details, should be including straw bales or hay bales, but he has one here with straw bales. And they changed that.
All right, so then,
That's everything.
then I'll accept the, what is this here for? Okay, so, so then do I have a motion to accept the application for Louis Passato at 24 Wood Street for a proposed addition with the following
Oh.
condition? You found it?
Yeah, it's on the
Oh, I didn't
last,
have it on
last
that
end
one.
of the sheet.
It's not on this one. Not here. Okay, so then, so I'm gonna make a motion, do I have a motion to accept the application for Passato residence located at 24 Wood Street as submitted? Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so you're on the clock. Okay?
Okay,
So that means in two meetings,
2 weeks.
no, 4 weeks. It goes to advertising,
okay,
and then once it goes to advertising, we get no comments back, you come back, we issue you the permit.
okay,
All right?
The
Great.
rain garden calcs do have to be approved by
By
the,
Rich.
by the town engineer.
Okay.
He'll be doing that in the meantime since they're in the file.
okay, so you do have them,
Yeah, they're in
He
there.
found one,
Okay.
I didn't have it in my package.
okay?
So just ask Rich
Yeah.
to do that.
Okay, great. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
One, Barrett.
Okay, next. Osman Fatmir, 441 Barrett Hill Drive, construction of a single-family home. Please state your name and who you're here to represent. Jack?
John Carell representing Osman. He is constructing a single-family house at the top of the mountain up here, driveway. Existing house down here, which is going to be demolished and removed. Existing barn, 2 existing barns, which are going to be are demolished and removed. We have a DEC permit. Took a while. The red line is a drainage course. The blue line is the 100-foot setback from the drainage course. There's a
The
plan.
100-foot setback or the 100-foot buffer?
100-foot buffer, yeah. Excuse me. We're here for your permit. I was not able to make the last meeting. I had a conflict. I addressed your comments. You asked for the wetlands to be reflagged because it was 2 years old. DEC originally flagged or approved the wetlands flagging back in 2 years ago, and they issued their permit based on that. I had Ted Kozlowski go out there. and make an inspection, and he submitted a letter saying that the wetland boundary had not changed. So that's in lieu of reflagging it and resurveying it. I guess we're looking for you to accept the application and send it out for the notice, the public notice.
So with the flagging, I don't think that we had a concern about the flags that were shown on the map. My main concern about the last time we talked about these flags was that there were no flags on the
Drawing.
north, well, there's flags, but there's none on the northeastern side where the frame barn is gonna be coming down, right? The closest flag to that is the smaller frame barn, and so I was unsure where the boundary was going beyond just the flag that's next to the smaller frame barn. Do you see which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the 100-foot setback. It was included on the plan that was approved by DEC. I don't recall whether there were flags in that area. We were mainly concerned about the wetland crossing itself.
Right. However, last time this was before us, there was a considerable, I mean, you're taking down this fairly large frame barn. I guess that's pretty uphill from there.
Yeah, and Ted Kozlowski, the letter's in the file.
Right.
He basically just did a tree survey. That's what I'm reading here about plantings.
Oh, no, he did.
Following
there's
mitigation plan for the above.
Yeah, that's the mitigation plan for plantings that we submitted to DEC. That has nothing to do with the flagging.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did Rich approve the SWIP?
Not yet, no.
I don't have a lot of notes on this.
No.
Did you have any notes on, did you have written notes from this one? This might have been one that I actually didn't, 441.
He's hit all I look at the minutes. Hold on.
Refresh flagging, that's what I had in mind too.
We also had an issue with the trees, right? You were gonna go, you had some because I'm reading the minutes from last time. And it said that you gave us a survey of what you have here as far as trees are concerned. Because I said to you, you can only cut trees within the area of disturbance. The area of disturbance is high, and then
The crossing of the wetlands is the driveway is 20 feet wide. There's no trees coming down
right.
in the area of the driveway.
Did you ever submit a tree plan? Because Mr. Carell said we can do that, put back to the tree plan. Can I submit that and you review it, I guess? Well, this was done with Vince Terrano. We talked about trees. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this was July of 2020. So that's a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that was before we started with DEC. We came to this board
And then there was another meeting. Vince Tarano was on this, board at the time. And then there was tree cutting there, and we asked you if that was still ongoing. You said, no, Mr. Carnazzo stopped it. He was cutting dead trees, but Mr. Carnazzo didn't want any further cutting, so there is no further cutting at all. So, but I do have tree cutting permits that are the purview of this board.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mike stopped him from cutting trees and stopped. And I think Mike, maybe he did a violation for cutting those trees?
I don't think so. All the trees, like, as soon as Mike made the ask him to, there's not been any work on that
So
site.
I told you, you're gonna need a tree permit, because you're cutting a lot of trees. But you, I guess with a building department permit, you get some sort of a tree permit, but you can only cut the trees that are necessary for your operations, for the construction of your house. And I said here, if it was 4 or 5 trees, I wouldn't have a problem. And you told me I have 88 acres of forest, and I get it. And then you said, I understand that a permit is required, however, why can't the permit simply say you can only cut trees within the area of disturbance? So the area of disturbance is 121,000 square feet area, which is about 3 acres. So you can pretty much be sure that they're gonna cut every tree within that area. To mark every tree is gonna be a significant cost. Okay, I said, just follow the code. So just tell us, we had asked what you were cutting down in that forest. And then I understand we're only crossing the wetlands for a little bit here. There we go, I've got about 6,000 square feet of disturbance within the buffer. Wait, there's 300 feet of disturbance within the wetland, 15 of the driveway. Have about 6,000 square feet. So I said, just give us some mitigation. So do you have any mitigation that you want to show us on this, or you're just gonna,
Well, there was.
For the trees or for the wetlands?
for the wetlands?
Yeah, we submitted a wetlands mitigation plan.
Okay.
I mean, there's going to be trees to be cut. I mean, the disturbance is pretty tight. I mean, you got a whole bunch of, you got a couple of micro pools, and you got the septic system and a house. It's quite a substantial project.
And you asked, do I have to do a full SWIP? And I said, you have to do a full SWIP, which you did.
So veterans, they're
Do you have a, well, I guess it's not do you have one, but I'm reading, and I don't recall seeing, or notes talking about certificate of clean fill for topsoil that's going in,
there's notes there.
that you will have one?
Clean fill?
Yes.
There's notes on the plan relative to that.
I will check the plan.
Of course.
Sir, please take a look. If you're going to send away from the building.
Yeah, I said, are you bringing in back fill material? We're gonna need certificates.
2020?
Yeah.
2020.
Huh.
Yeah,
But you were here, somebody was here lately, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I came last week.
Yeah,
Last
at
week.
last meeting, Ed Mitchell was here. He works for Lincoln. He does my AutoCAD work. But I had a conflict with another public hearing in Patterson that I had to go to. Yeah, of course.
Where was the silt, show me the silt fence on the,
There's silt fence everywhere. I mean, there's silt fencing all around here. There's silt fencing down around the bottom here. I don't have a lot of blow-up of areas.
oh, here are the last ones from January 6, 2022. So let's go through this real fast.
What's that?
Certificate of clean fill.
Mr. Mitchell's,
It's on here.
yeah, Vice Chairman said there's a sense of this, this driveway coming from Barrett Hill. Yes. And your application here to demo one building, not two, correct?
No, demoing one existing single-family house and 2 barns. All shown on the plans. I gave you the square footages. Rose gave me a list of the items that you guys discussed and wanted. The last 2 sheets, the 3 of 5, 4 of 5, and 5 of 5, who are part of the SWIP itself. It's the existing conditions and the proposed conditions.
Same drawer?
It's all 105.
Same drawer.
Oh, yeah, I've got 4 105s. You guys got anything else? Oh, he has the other ones.
You have the two, so they went out submitted as.
And then, I gave you full-size of 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And I gave you 11 by 17s of 4 and 5.
All right, so Mr. Mitchell said it was flagged in February 2020. I said, can we get a refresh on that?
There's a note.
And then he said it was flagged on January 11th. They were located on February 25th, 2020. I said, so we're in 2022. I said, I think you're going to have to refresh your flagging.
That was the nature of the letter and the inspection by Ted.
Yeah.
I didn't see that letter.
Mr. Correll, I'll read it out loud. Dated January 31st, 2022, from a Ted,
Kaczynski.
Cut.
Kozlowski.
yeah,
Yeah. Something.
Kozlowski. Dear Mr. Correll, on December 13th, 2021, I inspected the above site and found no change in the wetland and determined that a redelineation is unnecessary.
Okay, fine. We also said something about wetland signs. We're going to put wetland signs up.
There's notes on the plans for wetland signs.
Great.
I have a response letter to the comments Rose gave. Every 50 feet.
Yes. Yep.
Notes on the building.
This is the response letter
This,
dated December 27th.
no, it's
No.
dated
February 13th.
February
See, I don't have that.
13th. You want it?
Weird things in the
Yeah, let me
file.
have that. Thank you.
Do that.
No, it's not. It's,
Not over there?
no.
Yeah,
It's got the
in
DEC
the-
permit.
It's in the backup.
It's in the backup. It's not in the file. Here's the one for back in January 13th, 2020, Ted Kozlowski
Well, that's
delineated the
that's the
wells.
tree one,
Delineated the,
That's the report.
yeah.
Signs every 50 feet, buildings will. to be
Okay,
removed.
notes have been added regarding placement of signs every 50 feet, both sides of buffer along with detail. Buildings to be removed are indicated in square footage provided. These buildings' locations are shown on the plans by the approved by the DEC. Wetland flagging and silt fencing is shown along the 100-foot wetland buffer. DEC approved their permit based on the original inspection of the flagging that was reflected on the DEC permit. In that regard, Ted Kozlowski has been contracted to inspect the wetlands and determine if the boundary has changed. The report of his inspection is attached and indicates that the boundary in fact has not changed. Fine. See item 2 above. Both barns are to be removed along with the existing house. As aforestated, these buildings included in the area of disturbance reflected on the plans and included in the DEC permit. A copy of the DEC permit has been submitted. Plan sheets 1 of 5 and 2 of 5 are attached. These 2 sheets are revised to address the comments of the board. Sheet 3 of 5 has not been revised, therefore it has not been submitted. Sheets 4 of 5 and 5 of 5 are pre and post drainage plans which are submitted as part of the SWIP, but were not included as part of the ECB. 11 by 17, these 2 sheets are, of course, full-size sheets will be submitted to the ECB for final approval. Okay, so the only question that I have that really is outstanding then, and here it is, right here in the file, in the back. The tree cutting. That's the only thing. Is there any way you can delineate where you cutting trees?
Well, I mean, we're going to cut trees within the area of disturbance, where the grading, everything's coming down within the area of disturbance. You want to help?
Well, yeah, just, I mean, there were no trees at the crossing, and we won't cut any other trees. The client's already been warned. I'm the architect on the project, Kevin Descharnes.
Can you speak into the mic?
So, yeah, I'm the architect on the project. So the client hasn't cut any trees since Mike told him to stop, Any trees that'll be cut to do with the house, we'll come back with a tree plan. But for now, we just want to get on the agenda so we can get the wetland crossing approved, because it's taken almost a year and a half to get through DEC. It's been a very long haul. So we just would like to get on the agenda as soon as we can. And I think we've responded to all the questions with the crossing. And again, we're not cutting any, there's no trees required to be cut for that crossing. And when we get ready to do the house, we'll come back with a tree plan and approve those trees.
Talking about a tree plan outside, the tree plan you're talking about, and Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, because what you're talking about is outside the buffer, right? Outside of the wetlands, the crossing the buffer area.
Correct.
You're talking about trees. And within that, in order to do that crossing there, there's no trees coming down.
No, zero.
No.
Okay, but what about when you go up to the road to the top there
Right.
eventually? You're gonna cut all that too?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
yeah, when we do the house permit, we'll come back with a tree planting plan, or cutting plan rather.
String
No construction on that house.
exactly.
No, I mean, we're gonna,
It says construction of a single-family house.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, people, nobody, this guy is not gonna cut trees, he doesn't have to cut, because it's a tremendous cost to cut trees. And it's a pretty tight area of disturbance around the grading.
It's a little tricky if they're not cutting any trees within the buffer or within the wetlands. But they are cutting trees as part of this permit for the other part of this. Do we need that tree cutting permit? I think the answer is still yes, right?
I remember I asked a month ago, but I don't remember what the answer was. So I have to double check. So this permit is for,
It's for building a house.
and 100 of state wetland, construction of driveway. See, now, here's, okay, because the permit says 8,000 square feet of disturbance within wetland and 100-foot setback buffer of state wetland for construction of driveway. It says nothing about, the permit has nothing about a house, it has nothing about construction of a house. Well, you don't need it, you just need it to cross the wetlands. And then, and those two buildings are outside the buffer?
What do you mean?
No, at the bottom of the hill, where he's gonna
No,
demo.
they're in it. They're
Well, the main house is outside the buffer.
Okay, and for
And
outside of.
the barns are,
Yeah, I'm just gonna approve this. It also says here 120,000 square feet of disturbance for house and driveway construction.
that's the DEC permit?
Now, this is the town of Carmel
Oh.
permit.
Wait, that house is within the existing house that you're gonna remove. That's within the buffer, right?
No,
Yeah.
no.
There's a
Look.
pond that's less than. There's a pond right there. You're within 100 feet
Oh,
of the
this
pond.
thing?
Yeah, and the stream that goes to it. That's what you have the stream crossing there.
No, you're right.
No,
That's 100?
yeah, no, this is in the buffer, and then the other buffer line just clips this part of this barn, and it misses on this side.
Okay.
All right. Okay, yeah.
Hey, you wanna borrow these?
Yeah. Trees.
Okay. All right, I don't have a problem accepting the application as is, but prior to them, but with the condition that I get some sort of answers on the tree cutting. You're not going in front of planning, right?
No.
I'll check with the lawyer.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure according to the code, you guys are gonna need a tree cutting permit for this. Not for the work that we're approving within the buffer right now, but before you start work on that, on the house or anything up there, which you obviously don't need to come before us because that's outside the buffer, I'm pretty sure you're gonna need a tree cutting permit for the road and going up there.
But that probably would be handled by Mike Carnazza as part of the building permit application, no? Or is it, we have to come back here for that?
I think you may have to come back here to say what you, because you're gonna be basically
Well,
logging.
Why don't we just fill out the tree permit application, submit it to you, and then you approve it
Then
as
approve
part
it
of the
by
whole
planning board.
thing?
Well, yeah, just submit the tree, you don't have to do it, I don't have it on me now.
No, I understand. Yeah. No, but we can submit it in the meantime.
Yeah, you can submit it while we're waiting for this.
Yes,
Oh, if you have to, you're getting a building permit, though.
Yeah.
of course.
Then it's part of the building permit. The trees part of the building
That's
permit.
what
You're around the house.
yeah, around the house,
Yeah.
the building department.
All right.
When done in conjunction with a building permit, it's, you don't need one. So you don't have to come before us. It's only if you're not building a building.
Okay,
So you're fine.
so then do I have a motion to accept the application for Osman Fatmir for 441 Barrett Hill Road for the construction of a single-family house? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so you're on the clock. She's gonna advertise it on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday probably, because Monday's a holiday. And then you'll come back in a couple of weeks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Can I have those? First and third of Thursday of the month.
So that'll be on the 3rd. Next one's on the
But
3rd.
March 3rd?
3rd.
But they won't be eligible until the following month.
So that'll be the 17th?
But Rose said something about because February's a short month. I think she said the 17th.
17th, yes, that's right.
Yeah, she told me that today.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
yeah. We can waive tree cutting permits too, if you want.
Yeah, I know.
We have the power.
Yeah, but sometimes.
I know. Gotta make sure they're doing it right.
Thank you. Have a good night. Okay, the only one that can't vote on minutes is Anthony. So do I have a motion to accept the minutes for 1/6/22?
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, that's it. We have no more agenda items. Do I have a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.